Yes, this is my story back again. We are discussing a history event. So, theme we are going to talk about grade 10 and grade 11 history. We are going to start with theme 1, international relations since 1990. And our topic is Treaty of Versailles and its impact during the period of 1919 and 1923. So as I said, my name is Mr. Mbari and I'll be your history teacher. I'll be teaching you about the past. The past. The past is very important. Anyway, uh, yes, our topic is having objectives. So let us quickly look at these objectives. Um, General objectives. Learners will understand whether the peace treaty of 1919 was fair. At this point in history, you should be able to distinguish between uh, um, what is peace and what is also fair about having peace and all those things, and what is the benefits of having peace and what is the benefit of not having peace. You should be able to know that as a historian. So those are the general objectives. But then the specific objectives, according to the syllabus of grade 10 and grade 11 history, learners should be able to discuss the motives and aims of the big three at Versailles. At Versailles. Some people are wondering, what is Versailles? Versailles is not what. Versailles is a place, or Versailles was a place. In history, is a building that is in Paris. Paris is in France, so you have to know that. So I just hope that it's helpful. So the aims and motives of the big three at Versailles. At my story here, we don't waste time. For us, we feel like time is really, very essential for you to maneuver through the daily activities of life. Okay, we are looking at the motives and the aims of the big three at Versailles. Different leaders from different parts of the world came together at a building called Versailles in Paris to discuss about world peace. This was after the First World War ended. By this time, you should know when the First World War ended and who caused the First World War. But we are not going to discuss here. We are not going to discuss that here on this topic. So we want to know who were the big three. After the First World War ended in 1918, the leaders of the Allies, the victorious group, met in Versailles, Paris, to discuss how to achieve and maintain world peace after the First World War. Now you have to come to yourself and think, why did they want to maintain world peace after the First World War? Well, because of the destruction that was caused by war. They did not want to repeat this again. So they came together hoping that they would punish the people who caused the First World War, punish them to such an extent that they will not think of causing another war. But they were wrong. So let's look at that. Why do we say that? We are looking at the big three. Now we want to know who were the big three. President Woodrow Wilson from the United States of America was part of the big three. There you see a picture of President Woodrow Wilson and a picture of the United States of America, the map of the United States of America. So I hope that picture sticks in your mind when we are discussing about history. There we go down the road to the past. We find Prime Minister David Lloyd George from Britain. So this guy is from Britain. The first guy that we saw is from America. You can see how different they are in terms of geographical difference, you know. So we get David Lloyd George. It's also part of the big three. There is Britain. This is a recent map of Britain. Then we go down the road to the past. We find Prime Minister George Clemenceau from France and Prime Minister Orlando from Italy. Who is not included when referring to the big three? Who is not included when referring to the big three? Who? You have to distinguish. It's Orlando, the Prime Minister of Italy. And we will also find the reasons why they do not refer to him as the big three. They only refer to Prime Minister George Clemenceau and David Lloyd George from Britain and Woodrow Wilson from United States of America. These are different men, but what did they have in common? They wanted peace. They wanted to maintain peace, but they had different opinions and views because of their differences. Okay, now we know who were the big three. At this point, you should be able to build now a clear picture of what is happening. So now we compiled their aims and motives. We made it even shorter for you to get it. But this is not all. You should, my advice is you should read more on this. You shouldn't just depend on videos from YouTube and all that. So let us look at their aims and motives. Each leader had his own motives and aims at the Versailles. Wilson wanted to avoid another war. The United States of America did not want to experience another war again. They just wanted to put a stop to it. They just wanted, peace. But Clemenceau, who is from France, remember France is in Paris. Paris is in as we go down the road to the past, you'll understand why history is so interesting. Anyway, Clemenceau wanted to take revenge and destroy Germany as a military and political and economic power so that they would not attack them again, because Germany attacks France. Now France wants to take revenge and destroy Germany. All this thing is building up to the Second World War. Lloyd George wanted to blame and punish Germany for having caused the First World War. Punish and blame Germany. How? Blame in terms of maybe being accountable for all the destruction that was caused by the war. Germany had to be accountable to all those things. Had to be responsible for all those things. Punish Germany how? Maybe through reparation, taking away some of its territories, limiting its soldiers, limiting, all those things. As we go down the history, or as we go down the past in history, we will be able to understand what is really happening here. So this is just a short introduction to the real thing, to the effects or the impacts of the Treaty of Versailles on Germany. So we are just building on, like this is like our first brick, the big three is like our first brick. So now we have to continue going on understanding how the Treaty of Versailles affected Germany and all that. So from me, Mr. Mbware, your favorite history teacher. I'm joking on that. I'm just saying all you need in terms of history, we are here on my story. So that is that on the big three. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful experience. And that is the end of the lesson. See you on the next lesson. So our next lesson will be about why all the victors did not get all, or why the victors did not get everything that they wanted at the peace discussion. We'll look at that on the next lesson. For now,